Regular Eveleth City Council meeting scheduled for 7 p.m. May 5th will now come to order. Roll call.
Councillor Hogue.
Here.
Councillor Koivunen.
Here.
Councillor Lillis.
Here.
Councillor Hadrava.
Here.
Mayor Bysalovich.
Here. Item C, approval of minutes. City Council meeting April 21st. City Council workshop April 22nd. And City Council workshop April 27th. If no one has any changes or additions, call for a motion that we approve these minutes as they are written. So moved. Motion made by Koivunen, support by Hadrava. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item D, approval of tonight's agenda. Does anybody have any additions? We don't have any deletions here, do we?
Can we add that American Heart Association grant?
Oh, do we have to take official action on that?
Yes, please.
Okay. That will be number 9. If there are no other changes to the agenda tonight, can I have a motion that we approve the agenda with addition of number 9 to new business?
So moved.
Motion made by Hogue.
Support.
Support by Lillis. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We don't have any appointments or presentations I'm aware of tonight. And at this time, if anyone from the audience would like to address the City Council, we allow 5 minutes, but we will allow time after the meeting on any subject that we discussed tonight.
Looks like he's scanning.
Don't pan the crowd too much.
You know, there's a process here. If not, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Approval of payroll, April 1st through the 15th. Approval of claims, April 2015. Master subscriber agreement for Minnesota Court Data Services and Minnesota Department of Natural Resources, Division of Forestry, and the Eveleth Fire Department Cooperative Fire Protection Agreement. Anybody have any questions on any of these items? I think they're all pretty much standard. If not, to call for a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Hadrava. Do you have a support?
I'll support.
Support by Hogue. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. No public hearings tonight. We have no unfinished business. Under new business, item 1. Settlement agreement and release regarding lawsuit captioned by the City of Eveleth versus Sports Systems Unlimited. And that concerns the replacement boards. Do we ever get those yet?
No, I bet you guys thought this was all over with. But it takes time. We had to draw up a settlement agreement, and that's what you're looking at is the final product, which Sports Systems said that they would agree to. And I hope everyone's had time to review it, and if you have any questions, I can answer those.
Well,
Okay, are they sending, excuse me, Mayor, are they sending us a better quality board, or at least the same quality that we were supposed to get?
There's
On this
supposed to be
agreement?
there's supposed to be new boards that are the same boards.
That meet their supposed specs?
Right. I did request that they put in there basically that says that we're allowed to inspect them when they come, and if we have any issues with them, that they'll replace them. They wouldn't agree to including that phrase.
They wouldn't?
Right. That's correct.
Well, from my
Of course
understanding, the replacement boards we did get were better than the ones we originally got.
That's what
As
Mike
far as
said.
holding up.
I know Mike said that, but I've been down there, I see a lot of holes in boards and some of the cracks I think are in the new ones that we got also this year. So there's a lots of cracks and stuff down there.
You know, that's not normal wear and tear. When you're a youngster playing hockey, that's a thing of pride to crack that board.
Yeah, well,
It's just not
when you're selling
normal
hockey
play.
boards, Mayor, you're supposed to have a quality product.
Well,
so.
you get some who are a little more powerful than others, you know what I mean? It's
Them 10-year-olds, boy.
even when you had the wood ones down there, if you could crack a board, everybody in town knew you. But that was a pretty good settlement. Anybody have any questions? I think we can agree to that. That was a good job, Bonnie, on that one.
Well, what do we do if we run into the same problem?
Well, we're on our own. Nothing is guaranteed forever.
Yeah, we wouldn't have
Like a
had,
couple years anyway.
we wouldn't have had anything if we wouldn't have, gone through this process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't want to agree to any further warranties. They just wanted to be done with the situation. That's why they wouldn't add that additional language.
Well, that's why I was wondering if they'd qualify, you know, an inspection of this stuff to make sure that we agree that it's a quality product.
And that's what I tried to add, and that's what they wouldn't agree with. But it does say in the document that they're supposed to be new boards. They can't give us old or used boards.
Well, they're replacing every board that they didn't, and they're letting us keep the old ones. But that was a pretty fair deal on their part, because they could ask for them back and trashed them. Well, we call for a motion that we agree to the settlement agreement with Sports Systems Unlimited. So, motion made by Koivunen, do I have support?
I'll support.
Support by Lillis. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No,
You're the dissenting?
I am.
Okay.
I am not happy with them.
Item number 2, consider accepting quotation for 2015 curb and sidewalk replacements. I would kind of like to know where we're going with them. What areas? I don't know if we forgot West Eveleth or not. I'm just wondering if we can hang on till our budget meeting Wednesday and see if how much money we got left, if maybe we want to do something more.
I agree with that.
Because I just don't know how much sidewalk and how much curb, because I know sometimes West Eveleth kind of gets forgotten out there, and I just want to make sure we're keeping up with things out there also, when Mike and Jerry are back.
Sounds good.
You give us a map. I think we'll just hang on to that. Jackie, can we put that on the next meeting? Item number 3, consider authorizing city engineer to call for bids on 2015 alley and parking lot improvements. No one has any questions? We have a motion that we approve that includes the hospital parking lot and the adjacent alley here between Pierce and Monroe and the lot.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Hadrava. Do you have a support?
With the prescribed change that we talked about.
I'll support it. Support by Koivunen. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 4, consider accepting bid for 2015 sanitary sewer improvement projects. Boy, I guess they really came in pretty steep, eh, Rod?
Yes, well, the prices were, the low bid was, what I would think was reasonable, but, fortunately, there was a impropriety in that low bid. And, at this point, we're recommending to reject the bids and rebid the project, but, the ad alternates were over budget. And in discussions with Mike, we'd like to change the completion date and the stipulation in the contract so that any work that they start, they have to finish it before they go on to the next piece, and not just get the whole town tore up and then be trying to patch it all up in the fall.
That was kind of the direction I was going to, Rod, on reject them because they're 30 to 40% over the estimates, and that doesn't include any change orders that would pop up in there also.
Correct.
I'll make that motion that we reject these and go out for new ones.
You want to rebid them and see what happens?
Yes, I think I do.
Okay, include that in your motion.
I will.
Do you have support to that motion?
I'll support.
Motion made by Hadrava, support by Hoag to reject the bids. and rebid the project. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. Item number 5, bids for the city auditorium, main level restroom. I see those came in pretty steep too. I had a different idea if we only had one bidder. If we broke that up into the plumbing, electrical, and the remodeling, that might open a door for more of the smaller contractors, because that might be just too big of a bite for somebody to take on all of that.
I think it's pretty, I don't know, it seems steep to me.
Because we're probably another 30% or more, I think, on that one too.
The design architect was uncomfortable with just taking one bid. He felt that the price was high.
Yeah, I know, he thought he had, was estimating a little high himself, you know, on that, but these kind of came up pretty darn high. We only had the one bidder.
Mayor, can we add that to our list for next week's workshop?
Yeah, let's put that on there. Because you got a lot of small electrical operators and plumbers too. They might, you know, take on that small job, but not to be tied up in the remodeling part.
Do we need to take official action on that?
Yeah, why don't we call for motion that we reject the only bid on the city auditorium renovation, restroom renovation? Are you making that motion?
I will.
Bradley, all right. Do I have a support to that motion?
I'll support.
Support by Hoag. Any further discussion? I know it's tough. We're getting kind of close to the finish line here with this place. But all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 6, consider authorizing city engineer to call for quotes for roadway construction as part of the Aqua Power site expansion. And being that there's an IRRB grant, they're requiring the city to be involved in the bidding process, as explained by Jackie with the new regulations. If no one has any questions, you call for a motion that we authorize the engineer to call for quotes on a roadway construction for Aqua Power site expansion.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Motion made by Hadrava. Do you have a support?
I'll support.
Support by Koivunen. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item 7, First Amendment, the contract for private development between the city of Eveleth and Aqua Power. And this is the legal language to cover the bidding part that we have to do now, which we didn't have to before, to comply with the IRRB regulations. Do you have a motion that we amend the contract we have with Aqua Power to encompass this new condition?
I'll make that motion too. We don't have much choice in the matter here if we want to proceed and make them,
This is just administrative
right.
cleanup.
We've got to
is what
follow
we're
through
doing.
with the rest of it. So.
I'll support it.
Motion made by Hadrava, support by Koivunen. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 8, resolution approving the contamination investigation and RAP development grant application, committing local match and authorizing contract signature to the Department of Employment and Economic Development. You want to enlighten us a little bit on that, John?
I do. Rick Crum and Jenny Holmes from NTS was at a previous workshop, talked to you folks about this is the next step, and are working through the contamination at the Alice location and the Vale addition. And so what they're going to do is they've already applied for the grant. We need to submit this resolution. So the grant would pay for them to write a RAP, which is a response action plan, meaning how we would cope, handle, and deal with development around what they found when they did the phase 2 and the soil borings. And as a recollection, the phase 1 and phase 2 were covered by a brownfield grant that the city received.
This is something you've been working on for quite a while, this one here. I think it's a couple year project. Anyone have any questions or anything on that? If not, can I call for a motion that we approve the resolution?
So moved.
Motion made by Lillis. Do I have a support?
I'll support.
Support by Hoag. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 9. Grant from the American Heart Association and that is for new equipment for the ambulance, an amount of $27,662. This is just the approving the official acceptance. Nice chunk of money to get. Because what was the original cost of what we bought, about 50,000, and then we got, over.
Actually, this grant is giving us a couple more thousand.
Oh,
So then
okay.
our amount goes down. I think our estimate was like 13,000 or 15,000, so this buys it down some. Nikki, Sop did a really good job, chasing this grant, getting it complete, and the life pack units have already arrived, and they're already up at the fire hall and ambulance service.
Well, that's good. I really appreciate everybody's hard work, working together. No one has any questions. Can I have a motion that we authorize acceptance of this grant? So moved.
I'll
Motion-
support it.
Motion made by Koivunen, support by Hadrava. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. That takes care of new business. Does anybody from the council have anything from any board meetings or committee meetings to add at this point?
I'm gonna add, coming up on Friday, May 15th and 16th, we won't have a meeting before then, will we?
No.
The Eveleth Citywide Rummage Sale, sign up to be on the map, and I think these were out in the water bills, weren't they? Were they in the water bills? Or where would they get these at?
In the newspaper, on Channel 12, we've put them everywhere we can think
Or
of.
you can get them at City Hall?
Absolutely.
Okay. Sign up deadline is May 8th, so if you want to get your spot on the map, make sure you pick one of these up and drop it off. Duke's Scorched Barbecue is going to be in the IGA parking lot again, and Bill, was there one other thing that was going on too?
I think there were gonna be tables or something set up in the auditorium or something.
Maybe you're thinking about Lincoln Place is gonna be participating this
Oh,
year.
yeah, that's right.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. You're gonna have a lot of distracted drivers those couple days.
Yeah.
Believe me. Reading the posted signs and looking for directions.
Anyways, that's coming up in 2 weeks.
That's always a big deal.
Yeah. Especially on Fail Road and Jones Street.
Yeah, that's, it's be surprised how it gets them out. And they start early too, really early. Anything else, Brian?
Nope, that's it for me.
Joe, do you got anything to,
Nope, nothing going on.
Brian, you got any news for us?
No, sir, no news.
Bradley?
I got a couple things, Mayor. One, about a month ago, I took a new job with the school. I am now the transportation director, buildings and grounds and transportation director, I guess is the correct title. In my 4 months, or 4 weeks, I should say, we've had 3 lost children in one sort or another. And I think at this point, I can honestly say Deputy Chief Lindy and Chief Koivunen and our police department acted quickly. All our 3 lost little kids were found. Our staff at the school did a wonderful job. And I don't think there's anybody in the community that couldn't say thank you enough. Next is, I'd like to thank our fire department, Gilbert Fire Department, Vale Fire Department, for the quick response at the St. Raphael Fire today. They responded really fast, and a lot of trouble was avoided because of it. So good job to all, and thank you very much.
Is that it for tonight?
That's it for now, Mayor.
Oh, I don't have too much to say, otherwise, watch the traffic during the rummage sale and watch the speed going in and out of town. With that new road, everybody has a tendency to pick up the pace a little bit. And that's what Commissioner Nelson warned me, when you get that new road, that's gonna be the biggest problem.
Maybe we could get a stoplight there.
Well, I don't have anything further to bring up. Anything from the police department?
Just to let the public know, on May 16th, from 11 to 1 at the Eveleth High School parking lot, we have the bike rodeo going on. We partner up with the Elks. This is our 5th year, I believe. So, usually from 3 years old to 10 years old of age, come up there, get a free bike helmet while supplies last. Fire department's up there, the ambulance is up there. Police department does fingerprinting, just the little ones, so they have some prizes and games for the kids.
Well, that should make it a good, interesting day for you guys. Rod, you got anything else to add?
Nothing else to add unless you have questions.
Jackie, you have anything? Bonnie, you got anything left?
No, Mayor.
We're pretty quiet. Steph, you have anything to add? Anybody from the audience? If not, I'll adjourn the meeting.